Okay, thanks for coming on and hopping on. We wanted to do a quick little Zoom on the 7-day cleanse, the benefits, the purpose, and even troubleshooting and some of the hacks that we have learned to make this process really seamless and truly understand the benefits that we're getting. And let us know, especially if you want to reach out to us and have any other further follow-up questions, we would love to help. But I have this little sheet of paper that always helps remind me why I'm doing the cleanse. I think some people might think I'm crazy that I would do 7 days of eating fruits and veggies only. But honestly, detoxing is so important to our health, longevity, and just our cells. And here are 7, statistically, sometimes people don't know that their body really needs a reset and a restart and detox. But this is 7 quick things, reasons why we should all detox, what it does, health benefits, increased energy, really letting you lighten the load for your cells. And I think I've done the cleanse, I don't know, 5 times now. And that is one thing I would say I have a lot more energy. Also improves mental focus. So that mental clarity, really it's the free radicals that accumulate in our body. And we're just letting our body flush things out and really having that mind, that gut and brain connection is so important. Immunity, charged immunity. We're really taking away, again, the free radicals, accumulation, and it's really allowing our body to reset and be healthy. And we just have, it can focus on immunity and really protecting our body. Hair, skin, and nails. That's something that you really, again, your body is freed up to grow in certain ways because you just are slowly getting rid of the toxins. Your liver is able to really work better in your system. So sometimes people will say, and I remember like my bags seem to go away and my face like glows after the 7 days. Lose weight. Some people do it specifically because they want to lose the tight clothes fitting, lose some inches. And that is definitely a great byproduct of your, the 7-day cleanse. And then aging, again, free radicals damage our cells. So really having a ton of fruits and veggies and antioxidant rich foods really ups our antioxidant protection. And then cravings, we get to really reset and get rid of some bad habits, cravings. And I don't like to say bad, but we're going to get better habits that are going to suit us long-term. So Shaklee, there's a lot of detoxing and cleanses out there. I love that this one's, to me, is really safe and gentle, and it's clinically proven to really improve energy, enhance mood and sleep, support detox, digestive health, and jumpstart weight loss and reduce cravings. Cool thing is Shaklee's done the science behind it. You get, honestly, 7 little sachets like this. I tell people, put it by your coffee, or, I guess you're having hot tea or water for the 7 days, but put it somewhere where you'll see it. And I don't know how I can see this better. I have such a bad glare. But you can see that there's supplements and they're carefully selected. So colon, alfalfa, probiotic, and my goodness, Herbalax, your colon. Yes. And liver detox. So they're excellent. And there's an AM PM. I tell people to look, but I always, every time I do a cleanse, someone's like, I accidentally took the PM for the AM. So literally just take a second and look to make sure you're taking the right one. There's a sun and there's a moon. So it shouldn't be confusing, but for whatever reason, sometimes it is. But this is every day. You're taking one in the morning after breakfast and one at night. But Shaklee has done the work to put it together and truly is a gentle cleansing process. Now, I have some people on here that have done it. We all have done it before on this. So I want Nicole to share a little bit of what has been her go-tos and why. And Nicole, share some spots for us.
Great. I love what you said, Christine. It's so true. Shaklee's done the research and they have packaged it that it's just easy. This is a healthy eating cleanse. That's what I want to stress to people, is that you are not fasting, you are eating healthy, good food throughout the day, and it's going to help jumpstart all those things in your body and just boost your metabolism as well. So I've learned a lot of new fun recipes. My meals are more colorful. I've tried vegetables and eating things that I hadn't been eating before, or I tweaked recipes that I did eat before, but took out like some of the meat protein, added in more veggies, or instead of using rice, I use cauliflower rice. I discovered that I actually really do like drinking warm water with lemon first thing in the morning, which is recommended on the cleanse, and I enjoy that. So I love that whoever's helping you on the cleanse, your ambassador, is going to get you recipes and tips and tricks and help you throughout the week. And you're going to learn more about not just eating and recipes, but what's going on in your body. What are you thinking? Kind of the why behind why are we eating this way, or why am I going to food in these different times? So I really like the whole cleanse, the whole week, and how we go beyond just the food piece. Also, it's getting to the source of it. A lot of times we're doing topical things thinking, well, if I put this on my hair, or if I put this on my skin, or I'm trying to solve other issues, when really we need to get to the root of it. And so doing the cleanse really helps get to the root of a lot of things and jumpstart health in so many areas of our life. So I've also done the cleanse several times and multiple times a year. I actually have one customer who has done it more than I have, because she is really consistent in doing the cleanse and she sees great results every time. So I notice similar things like Christine in my face. I notice my clothes not fitting as tight. I noticed that I'm not craving as much sugar by the end of the week, which is good. And even craving as much salt, because I actually crave a lot of salty food instead. So, and I get my kids involved with it too. And they've learned healthier snacks and actually prefer a lot of these things as well. Who knew that we would love jicama? So that is great. Some of the things that I just have to stress for people preparing for the cleanse is just that you need to prepare. Spend time getting your groceries, washing, chopping, getting things ready, so you have something to grab and go. Because that's the worst feeling, is if you are really hungry, you're going to grab something else. So maybe put those foods, those bags of chips and candy, all the Halloween candy and treats away. Don't even buy them. Get rid of them. You want to be able to grab a piece of fruit, or cut up vegetables, or some guacamole you've already made. Or I like to make soup at the beginning of the week to have that ready, and some roasted vegetables, so I can just heat those up pretty easily too.
Excellent. Yeah. And definitely those that have done this, and then if you are joining and want to do it, we give you, there is a shopping list. We give you a ton of recipes. And like, Nicole said, you find some that you can tweak and omit the protein. And also Shaklee has plant-based protein. So it is something that if you find that I need something, whether it's my rigorous job, or I really am feeling like I'm not getting enough calories in, I tell people too, I make a big hearty fruit smoothie in the morning. And if you need to add a scoop of plant-based, Shaklee's protein, I think I really love what it's in it and what's not in it. To me, that's really safe. You could do that as well. And that really will satiate you as well. But again, yeah, it's telling people you need to eat more almost every 2 hours. When I was going on errands, I had a little, bag with me, and I got like my cut up jicama or carrots or celery or cucumbers, or like those cherry tomatoes, or I'm making homemade guac, and white sweet potatoes or regular sweet potatoes in any form, roasted, spiralized, you name it. There's a lot of great recipes that I think people don't realize you can eat hearty and you're not starving. So I think that's a big deal. And hydrating. I love it. Very, very true. And I think what you said too, the emotional eating piece, there's a reason why we have habits and we're tied to certain things. So it's just addressing in this week of taking a step back to go, why am I in this habit of, I got to sit down with my big bowl of ice cream or my big bowl of whatever and watch TV at night? Am I numbing something? Am I looking at something, like what am I doing that I'm using food in a way that may not be serving me as well? So me or Heather, I would love any hacks, any tips. Why are you doing it again? Like something that you guys want to share with them that maybe has never done it before.
Yeah, I think that the benefits, like you mentioned, are hands down easy to see once you go through it one time. This is only my second time going through it. And I'm like I say, I'm kind of looking forward to seeing that same result or similar results as I did in the new year. And actually, like I say, kind of timing it in a way that works for my schedule, where I can do the prep, where I can, get ready with what I'm looking to eat and make my family prepared, letting them know that I'm doing this so that they can support me through that process. I would definitely encourage using your spice drawer and your herb drawer. I think a lot of people think that you have to eat food that's bland or doesn't have a lot of flavor. It's like I have to just eat chopped up vegetables that are raw from the fridge. The guacamole dips, or like even homemade eggplant dip, and anything that you can put together quickly and just store in the fridge and then grab and go. But don't forget your herbs and your spices, because that's allowed. And I think that kind of saved me the first time through. I was like, oh, I don't want to use a lot of salt. I don't want to use anything that's not supposed to be used. But at the same time, there's so much more out there that, my fresh dill or my basil chopped up or whatever, all of that's definitely useful. My craving is always my glass of wine on the couch. And so, having your spritzer machine, whatever those soda machines, and limes and lemons and lots of juice squirted into waters, and chopping up mint and strawberries and, crushed water flavored drinks to me is also really important. And that's where my sugar cravings come in, is I like a beer and I like my glass of wine. So that was probably the most impactful part of the cleanse the first time through. I don't mind the vegetarian diet. I definitely actually lean towards that a lot. And then quick substitutions. Make sure that you're going to the freezer section and using frozen vegetables as an option as well. I think that everyone thinks you have to only stay inside of the produce section, but the way that people are freezing vegetables these days is really still beneficial. And you can quickly, grab a bag of frozen and steam it as a substitute for the noodles or for the baked potato that your family's having. So something quick and easy that's super helpful.
That's excellent. I love that. And you're right. I mean, I feel like now more than ever, Costco, even for me, I'm a Costco buyer, and, get the frozen organic corn, the frozen rice cauliflower. Like there's a lot of frozen vegetables that are really good and healthy, and that they freeze them at the right, more healthier part of that, that vegetable or whatever. So very, very true. Yeah. Mia, any tidbits, any hacks, anything that you would want someone to desperately, they need to know to get prepped for the cleanse?
Yes, I actually really like soups on the cleanse. I make that the detox vegetable soup at the beginning. I double it a lot, and just it's good for leftovers. It gets you through, just to have something in the fridge that I can reheat, and a tomato bisque or the cauliflower soup or there are a lot of soup options and recipes that we'll send out as well. So I think that, just like Heather said, I think if I make a meal, something warm in the evening, I feel like I'm actually eating, sit down and enjoy it and make a meal, and you can just substitute for your family. If they're having tacos, then you have the cauliflower tacos, or they can eat it too. My kids actually like the cauliflower tacos. They might be a little now, but they do like it. And so, I think just making a meal for dinner, having a plan. And if you are in a pinch, I do like some restaurants in town that you can get a good salad or a good soup. Spoons they make all their soups homemade, and they have vegetarian options. And even if you have to have a little bit of protein in there, it's not gonna, throw the cleanse. So.
Excellent.
Another thing that I did the last time is, instead of going for a hot tea, I sometimes substituted that with vegetable broth, which also kind of satiated a hunger, right? Instead of like, oh, I'm just sipping on tea, I actually got a little bit more of that filling my hunger instead of grabbing just raw cold vegetables out of the fridge. So having the organic vegetable broth that's homemade, the low sodium or no sodium options that are there. So that was really helpful the last time to get me through kind of the afternoons slumps when I didn't have a time to make a salad or to grab dip and chip and stuff. So
Yes,
I really like buying the frozen ginger. It's in little cubes, and you can find it in the frozen food section, and putting that in my water and drinking that in cold water as well, or blending it up in my fruit and veggie smoothie. It tastes really good. But I can't emphasize enough. I've had so many people say, I have a headache, or I'm so hungry, or I'm not feeling good. And I'm like, you need to eat more, which seems odd when you're cleansing, but again, you're not fasting, you're eating healthy, and you need to eat enough, especially as I've had 2 bigger men go through the cleanse. They just weren't eating enough, and you've got to eat more. So you're not feeling that way. So, but there are some signs of detoxing that don't feel great, and it's okay. So
Yeah. I think you make up a good point, because I think everyone will experience something different depending on where they're at, their starting point coming into the cleanse. So today is Friday. If some of you guys that are listening to this most likely are starting on Monday. So then today and following is a good day to start eliminating certain things like extra dairy, extra caffeine, alcohol, sugar, drinking more water, start, incorporating some of the healthier things so that it's almost like you don't feel like you hit a wall on Monday when you just stopped everything cold. So it just does help to like stair step into this if you can. That's really helpful. But again, having a plan, we definitely have some recipes. So it's taking the time on Saturday or Sunday, looking over them, deciding what you want, chopping them, getting them, buying them. And here's another point is if you buy all your fruits and veggies today on Saturday, Sunday, they may not be at their best on Thursday, Friday. So I don't buy everything. I will probably prep in a sense, like 2 times, like, Sunday for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Wednesday for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or something like that, just so things don't get old. But again, I freeze stuff. If something starts getting a little old, if I can freeze it, I'll freeze it and make it last longer. So I love Mia's thing, warm food at night. And in Heather, just even sipping on that, like vegetable broth, low sodium, no sodium, that's great. And it's so fun what you're going to experience from this. So we have all the help you can even imagine. And usually I will send out like, what does your poop look like? The benefits of detox, emotional eating or sugar, and just to educate yourself. Cause I think this is a great way of you've eliminated. So on day 8, or, if you're doing 5, the full 7 days, definitely reach out, or we will reach out to you, because on day 8, now it's a good idea. Now, how do I re-entry food back into my diet so that I know, man, I really have bloat, inflammation, headaches, what food am I eating that is causing that? So you did the work, and then being mindful of what you put back into your body post cleanse, and continue those healthy habits. So any other last thoughts before we close down this little Zoom?
I was just going to say, with Nicole saying some of the side effects of cleansing, something I always notice is I get cold more easily when I'm cleansing, and it is a sign of detox. And it might be because today's rainy and cold out. I'm thinking of all the soups and the warm drinks, but the energizing tea, hot or in flavored seltzer water or whatever, sparkling water, is great. And the triple defense boost warm can be nice too. And also just recognizing that some of those things of, a headache and getting chilled a little bit. Some people have some sore leg cramps, or, just different random things. Just be in communication with us, as well, because it shouldn't be something you suffer through the cleanse. You should be you might feel a few things, but there are some remedies and things that can help. So let us know.
Sounds great. Well, I appreciate you ladies. Oh, go ahead, Nicole.
we will always go further with a buddy or friend. So if you can have your spouse do this with you, or a good friend, in exchange, like you make this soup, I'll make this soup, and help each other, or eat some meals together, go on some walks together, it is always better to do this together. So of course you have your coach with you, but
You saying that, my first cleanse that I coached with, this is 3 years ago, one friend and another friend met at a swimming pool. This is when they did it in May or June. And they literally put that little calendar together, and they decided together what they would make, and took turns making some meals. And they were accountability buddies. It was awesome. They had a great experience. So I echo that. I think really having someone, and if you don't have anyone, we're that person for you. So we will walk through this with you. Excellent. So thanks again for jumping on. I will send you this recording for you guys, especially to pass on to someone else, but I appreciate you guys. You guys have a good rest of the day.
Thank you. Take care.